Today we're going to be taking a look at a pretty cool upgrade for your vehicle. These are the Aries ActionTrac Motorized running boards. So you're looking at motorized running boards. Well, you're definitely looking at the top tier when it comes to putting running boards on your vehicle. But what sets these apart, there's only a couple on our website, but this one, you're gonna have two different options. So whenever I'm just sitting here, hanging around, talking to my friends, we can use the top step. It is load bearing, so we can do this. This is gonna be great for putting stuff up on top of your roof. But then we have the other step, which is extremely low, which is great if you kind of struggle to get in your vehicle, or you just jack up your whole entire Bronco or whatever vehicle that you have on there. And this is going to help you get in, but also load some of that cargo up just to enable your vehicle to do more. And might I say, these do look good as well. Got a little bit of delay to go up, but now we're ready to roll. Be sure to put your vehicle, year, make, and model into our fit guide. It's at the center on the top of our website. Can't really miss it. That's gonna pair you up with the right amount of brackets and the right length. So some of them will be a little bit longer than others. This is about 69 inches long. But notice how we actually have it a little bit more tailored to the driver and passenger front doors, just because our customer kind of struggles getting in and out of the vehicle. So we wanted to make sure he had the most amount of steps to get in here. So he has plenty of surface area, because you notice how it kind of folds out that way. So this way we have so much different room, so he can get in however he really needs to. Typically he just grabs it, just steps up, steps onto the other step, and plops on down, and he's good to go. So there's a lot of adjustability there. One thing I really like about these steps is they give you a switch, and I just put it right back here, but you can flip that off if you plan on kind of loading a bunch of stuff up on your roof and you really don't want to have those doors open. This way it's going to stay down. You can go ahead and load all your stuff up. You're good to go, and then whenever you're done, you flip the switch back on and then wait a second or two and they go back up. I think that's a pretty neat feature. They give you a bracket and a bunch of different ways to mount this thing up. All you have to do is just connect it, and then whenever the light is on, you know that they're active, and whenever it's off, it's not gonna go down or up. Another cool thing about these steps is we can keep them retracted, so you get all the benefits of a normal Nerf bar, but if you flip the switch, it'll open. But since I'm in here right now and the step is not open, I can flip that switch to the off position and I don't have to worry about it coming out. So I think you have quite a bit of options with that, and I really do like that. Another little add-on that they did is this another bracket with an LED light. So we mount this in the back and it shoots forward just to illuminate the steps so we know where we're stepping. Since we have two different steps, the bottom one is going to be about 3¼ inches wide, and the top one is going to be 4 inches wide. So it does give you a decent amount, and you notice how it's not really close to our rockers. So it does give you plenty of room without the doors open to be able to get up, and I don't really have to hold on to the vehicle. So definitely going to help loading some of that stuff on your roof. These steps are going to keep you safe and keep itself safe, meaning if I'm underneath here wrenching, let's just say I'm laying down and something's up against the bottom, I open it up, the motor isn't going to continue to try to expand this out. So the motor's not going to blow up because it's going to protect itself, but also when you close it, it'll suck back up. But also if you're maybe going through a creek and you get stuck, or maybe you're completely bottomed out, your frame is literally on the ground, you open it up, it's going to stop, and you're good to go. So I definitely like that. Also, if the kiddos get in and they're just still chilling here like this, it'll try, but then again, it'll stop. So they can get their foot out and it's not really gonna pinch anything at all. We have some grooves right here that's gonna give us our traction both on the top step and the bottom step, which is nice. So these aren't the most amount of traction you're gonna get, but when it comes to motorized running boards, it's gonna be pretty much the standard. You're not gonna see a whole lot of traction, but you're not really gonna slip, and if you do kind of have that in mind, you don't wanna make sure that happens, you can grab some grip tape or something and put that on top. We do sell that as well. So if you really wanna be safe, you can do that. It is made of aluminum, so you don't have to worry about it rusting away if you're on the coast or anything like that. Has a matte powder coated finish, which is really cool. And when I if I were to compare these to some of the other ones, these do sit a little bit lower than most, which there's really only one more on our website that I would compare this to. I mean, it's about 4 inches thick, and it sits about 2 inches from your rocker. So about 6 inches from your rocker is where it's gonna be. But majority of the other running boards that you're gonna have, the mounting hardware is gonna be that low as well. So if I were to compare these to the other motorized steps, those will suck up really, really tight to the side, but it's not gonna have the 2-step, as you can see here. And also these, in my opinion, seem a little bit more rugged, and they have a little bit more bracketry, so I think it's gonna be a little bit more stiff and solid. I'm about 175 pounds, and even when I'm kind of jumping on top of these things, they're not really doing anything, they're not really bending. So there is a little bit of flex, but you don't want it to be completely rigid, because that's when stuff kind of breaks. But this is definitely better than the OEM ones that I have on my vehicle. So that is definitely a plus. There's no lack of quality here. The top step is a little bit longer than the bottom step. So with the deployed step, it's about 53.5 inches. And both the bottom and the top step are gonna have a capacity of 650 pounds. So if you're not 175 like me, and you're carrying a big, heavy, let's say a kayak or something up onto your roof, 650 pounds is a lot. So I don't think you're gonna overload that all, even if you have like 2 different people getting up and over. One thing about the deployed step, these are going to come down farthest compared to all the other ones that we have on our website. So it's about 8 inches of drop. So again, if you really need help getting into your vehicle, these are the way to go. With the kit, you're gonna get brackets and running boards for both the driver and passenger side, and they all have all the same features that we just went over. I think this is gonna be just a great upgrade for whatever vehicle you plan on putting it on. Another cool thing about these running boards is if you have a vehicle, you can take the doors off of it. Yes, they are activated by opening and closing the doors, but we do have a door delete kit you can buy separately, so you can take your doors off but still have them retract and come up. And that'll do it for a look at the Aries ActionTrac Motorized running boards.